Lots of people, some very loud speakers, cold drinks and good. Join me. One thing, good vibes on.
I'm Larry Ridley. You're tuned into the NFL on EA Sports. Today's game features two quarterbacks who always seem to find themselves in games that come down to the wire. It's Joe Flacco going up against Ben Roethlisberger. So let's get you up to the Steel City. Standing by in Pittsburgh, here are Brandon Guyton and Charles Davis.
All right, Larry, EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the steel capital of the world, Pittsburgh, PA, and Heinz Field. Straight ahead, we've got a good one on tap here between the Baltimore Ravens and the Pittsburgh Steelers. They come up in an offset eye. They go play action here on first down. Trying to get it to Wheaton, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, C.J. Mosley. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line. They told us repeatedly earlier in the week in our meetings, we need some plays from our defense here on the road early. They got one.
And don't think they were above all week long pointing out to their defense that the other defense is rated higher than them. You going to let that happen, guys? Is that how we're going to play? And they responded to the challenge.
And Steve Smith hauls it in. And Steve Smith still making catches on Madden, but his career is over, finishing it with over 1,000 grabs, over 14,000 yards, and 81 touchdowns.
And no one went out better, as far as I'm concerned, than Steve Smith. Did you see his letter to the commissioner?
Tell me about it.
Where he said that I will no longer be around to antagonize defensive backs.
And he did just that.
Agent 89 out.
A good pick up there of 20 yards. And on this first drive, looks like they want to get that vertical passing game going early.
And they did, and what a warning shot they just fired. If you're not going to back up and play coverage deep, we're going to attack you all game long. And once you adjust to that and you start to back off, then that opens things up underneath. A really nice start for them. Great way to get the game going.
He's got time in the pocket. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete. This offense can be flashy at times, and a big reason for that is Perryman.
I like the way you use the word big, because that's exactly what Brashad Perryman is. A big receiver with a ton of speed. Runs so well, yet that strength downfield, really...
Now the Steelers put a stop to the action with a timeout defensively. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. They've gotten it to the 4 on this opening drive, but now they face a 3rd and goal. 3rd and goal. Flacco got a man. It's caught for a Ravens touchdown. Dennis Pitta from 4 yards out, and the Ravens have taken the early lead. So on 3rd and medium, they dial up the pass, and it works to hit the end zone.
And it's really not a surprise to me. That's a throwing down in the NFL because of how tough it is to run the football. But what offenses like to do is still show run formations to make them respect it and throw out of those. In this case, they took a nice shot at the end zone and made it pay off.
Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. They come up with 1 running back. That's Bell. Blitz coming, and down he goes. They overload him that time of the safety blitz, and he winds up being dropped for a loss of 7. And their inaugural sack of the game coming from an unlikely source.
You mean it wasn't a linebacker? It wasn't a defensive end?
It was somebody like you.
Oh, my goodness. Yeah, that's a surprise for the offense. That's not what they normally get when they think about pressure.
On second down, Roethlisberger. Oh, he almost had it. Already with one interception, just missing his second there. And the Buffet boys, the O-line, hopefully they're ready today.
Listen, you got to feed them first. But if you do, you usually get a great product out on the field. And when they play well, the quarterback can't wait to feed them afterwards.
A gain of 26 on the third down conversion. You know, when I see passes like that, I'm reminded of something you and I talked about yesterday. Big Ben was a wide receiver the first 3 years of high school, sitting behind the coach's son. And then he finally got that opportunity. I think he's made the most of it.
It's always the coach's son, isn't it? But you know where it helps him? When he looks downfield, he knows what the receivers are going to do. He actually has wide receivers' eyes when he's throwing the ball.
The starters now defensively for Baltimore.
Jimmy Smith looks like the corners that you want coming into the league now. Long, ability to play the football in the air, terrific cover guy.
And this is caught by Martavis Bryant. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Martavis Bryant, 40 yards. And the Steelers are an extra point away from tying this thing up. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. And the Ravens taking the field. And they were able to punch it in the end zone last time. They'll be looking to do that again here for the defense. Obviously, they'll be looking to stop them from punching it back in the end zone.
It always is punch-counter-punch, isn't it? And which team has the advantage? Well, let's just go back. Last time on offense, they rolled downfield, got into a good rhythm. You can see a little more bounce in and out of the huddle. You can see the sideline really get into the game. So defensively, you're thinking to yourself, how do we take that away from them? How do we get the advantage back? Let's see what they come up with. I think pressure is always the first way to go.
You love pressure.
I love it.
We'll see if they dial it up this drive. Now under pressure, and Flacco's going to be dropped. Bud Dupree in there to sack him for a loss of 6.
Okay, you know my bias is about to come out here. A lot of people think that the offense is just moving in the wrong direction. I'd say they're moving in the right direction because the defense is pushing them back.
Former defensive guy. Now, as a quarterback, 3rd and long, you really got to rally the troops here, don't you?
Yeah, you do in a big way. And what else do you have to look out for? More pressure coming at you because it seems to be working pretty well. Boy, they had a lot of real estate to make up there, but what a big-time play for them. Nice completion, excellent game. Now they're in 4th and manageable.
Just a little short, though, with that marker. And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard. Rolling the dice on 4th, Flacco. And hauled in by Pitta. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Steelers, they're going to take over an excellent field position. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would because of...
And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Sammy Coates, 34 yards. And the Steelers have taken the lead. And a nice job by him to catch the slant and then navigate and break free.
And receivers love slant routes because it gets the ball in their hands so quickly and oftentimes on the move. And when they're on the move like that, then they get to use their best asset, which is usually their speed.
And their speed sometimes, like this instance, can take them into the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. And now here come the Ravens. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times have we sat in meetings with coaches and they use the term complementary football? Offense take care of the defense, defense take care of the offense.
And the Steelers signal for another timeout. And that's their second charge timeout here in this first quarter. They're down to 1 remaining. First and 10 here for Flacco. And he will find his man on the end route. Complete.
Well, welcome back to the Elite Flyers Club, Mike Wallace in 2016. Back over 1,000 yards catching the ball. We always knew he could run, Brandon. But this year, I thought he really improved route running and making some more difficult contested catches.
And now, Steve Smith gone, and Mike Wallace will be 31 when next season starts, but a lot more weight on his shoulders.
He'll still be able to run. That won't be the problem. But at 31, he'll also understand how to be craftier in what he does and make some of those dip.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Ryan Shazier. And his guys will set up shop at midfield at the 50-yard line. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. In 12 regular season games this last year for Bell, averaging over 150 yards from scrimmage. First 2 games in the playoffs were great, but, you know, getting injured in the final game probably leaves a bad taste in his mouth.
Leaves a bad taste, gives him fuel for the next season, though, because, remember, for the last few years, he hasn't been able to play a full season for various reasons. Now, going into next year, imagine those numbers over a 16-game season, and heading into the playoffs, Le'Veon Bell can set new records.
They'll pitch it out to Bell. And he'll get this one down to about the 27. It'll be a pickup of a couple, and it leaves him with a 3rd and 3.
In today's NFL, you hear all the time about stretching the field and creating space in order to run plays. A toss play will help accomplish that because now you're pushing a defense to chase you all the way to the edges and to the sideline. That's a nice run. Probing now early to try and get things done later.
They'll run with a backup. This is Williams. And he will have a first down at about the 21-yard line. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well.
On 3rd down, that's a good job of situational football and understanding where the first down marker was and getting there.
They stick to the ground game on first down. It's Williams. And it'll be a minimum pickup here as it will take us to the end of the first quarter. Back with Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin. It's Steeler football to begin quarter number 2. They face a 2nd and 7 to start things out. They come up in an offset eye. Now they'll try to sweep with Bell. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. Le'Veon Bell, an 18-yard touchdown run. And the Steelers find a way to stretch their lead. And his kick is good. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. This is fielded at the goal line. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities.
Let's look ahead for a quick minute. We don't have the schedules yet for next year, but what we do have are the 5 international games that will be played, 4 in London and then 1 again in Mexico, Jacksonville, Baltimore, Miami, New Orleans, Cleveland, Minnesota, Rams, and Arizona. Those in London, and then Mexico's going to get a great game. The Raiders and New England.
Yeah, you're exactly right. And just think about the ones in London. Remember, they're splitting them between the 2 different stadiums in London, so they get a different flavor in all of these places. But Mexico, for the 2nd straight year, the Raiders are coming to town. That should be a whole lot of fun.
Should be a ton of fun and a very good matchup.
Love the call by the offensive coordinator, recognizing the situation very well, calling for the play-action pass and completing it.
Throwing middle, and it's complete. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. He goes for 18 there as the drive will continue. Now a play fake here on first down. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there, freezing the defense just enough to swing the tight end free downfield for the completion.
No, he almost had it. Already with one interception, just missing his second there. Well, he just threw an interception last drive, nearly another pick.
And things aren't very even right now, are they? It's a little bit sloppy out there, isn't it? It's kind of different driving on those paved roads and those country roads that have those potholes in them, isn't it?
And this is caught. Touchdown, Baltimore. Michael Campanaro from 17 yards out. And the Ravens have cut it to within a score. And he's a little bit on the shorter side as a receiver. Maybe sometimes for the defense, tough to find the little guys, right?
Yeah, sometimes they get lost in the traffic, but usually what it means is that rather than just winning with height or even speed, they use their quickness to find a way to get open.
Well, tall, short, wide, skinny, whatever, there it results in a touchdown. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. And now out come the Steelers. They come up in an offset eye. Now a first down carry by Bell. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
Yeah, that wasn't a big run, just a short one there. But guess what? Sometimes you treat it like boxing. You throw that jab out there, and you throw it again, then you come with a big punch later. Maybe they're just trying to set him up.
Again, it's Bell. And he'll get about 4 across the 30 to the 32.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
Roethlisberger now to throw on third down. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up fourth down.
Normally, he's pretty reliable. Usually catches what's thrown to him. On that play, he simply dropped it.
Now, the offense is not leaving the field. They're going to stay out and go for it on 4th and 3. Here we go on 4th down with Roethlisberger. He completes it to Bryant. And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line.
I remember in pregame when we were talking to him on the field, and he took his gloves off and showed us his fingers. A few misshapen ones in there, and now we know why, trying to catch those types of bullets.
That was a dart. Yeah, even for a talented receiver, those are tough to hang on to. Now Bell pushing forward for 3 up to the 48.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
Now they'll toss it to Bell running left. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs. And we've arrived at the 2-minute warning here in half number 1. So they pick up the first down after the run, and now they approach for the fresh set. They come up in an offset eye. They go play action here on first down. There goes Marcus Wheaton. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Marcus Wheaton, 41 yards. And the Steelers are going to add on to their lead. And the lead is now 13. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. And they're hoping to capture some of that magic they had last time out when they were able to put together a scoring drive. But they're still down here, Charles.
Not the major concern, though, because of what you talked about. They scored the last time out. They feel good about themselves. They feel like their game plan is now in effect. They know how to attack and what plays they want to put together. But they've got to keep it moving in the right direction because, as you did note, they are down on the scoreboard. good.
Oh, well, you mind if we go off topic for a second?
No,
you know I like to do that randomly. AFC playoff contenders for this year that didn't make it last season. Who do you have that might get in?
Well, I think Cincinnati's got to be considered there. Maybe they'd have an offseason that's calm, and they go into this season and try and get back to the playoffs where they've been perennial.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Ryan Shazier. And the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And that last drive, so effective in the passing game, resulting in the touchdown. Maybe not many people were focused on the trenches. There was good protection there.
Excellent protection. So now, defensively, you've almost got to get down to those starters blocks like you're a sprinter. Get lower than those guys on offense and find a way to roar through them or around them to get into the face of the passer.
Easier said than done, though.
Way easier said than done. But they've got to try something because right now they're just cutting them to shreds.
They'll run it with Bell. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. That one good for 10 yards. And that'll make it 3rd and 1.
Look, the first down marker is out there, but sometimes it's hard to find for an offense when they're in a long yardage situation, which usually means throw the football. In this case, they went against the tendency and ran it. And, boy, the reward was there. A big, big pickup. And guess what? It's now 3rd and very short in order to try and pick up a first down.
He loses 4, and it brings up 4th. Now Chris Boswell for the Steelers field goal try. From the right hash, it's a 46-yard attempt. And Boswell's kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further. So after the pick, they can't capitalize for 6, but they do get 3.
And I know in this situation, most of us want to focus on the offense. You know what side of the ball I played on. Let's give that defense a lot of credit. Taking it over in a sudden change situation and shutting them down.
And not a bad return. Here he gets it out to the 25-yard line. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing rip.
Now hang on here. Timeout called by the defense. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Going down the middle, and it's complete. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
And when an offense is doing a nice job selling the play-action pass, a lot of responsibility shifts to the linebackers. They're the ones that have to determine.
And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. On second down, Flacco to throw. And that is incomplete. 7 seconds remaining.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
Looks like the defense in press coverage here. And Pittsburgh with 6 defensive backs in the game here on 3rd down. They'll send a receiver in motion to the right. Third and long for Joe Flacco. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And this will be incomplete. 1 second left to go.
One thing I know from experience is that when the deep ball is thrown and you're the defender, you've got to fight that little bit of panic that emerges. You've got to play the ball really well. It's a 50-50 jump ball play. And guess what? They took a shot. How are you going to win it? And in this case, they managed to get it done.
Barring a flag, final play here for Flacco and company. And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gunn, getting set for quarter number 3 here. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Out come the Ravens now. They'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. Flacco to throw again on second down. Smith catches left side. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. 15 yards through the air and a first down. And they're going to hurry back to the line now. First and 10 here for Flacco. Finding time. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. He couldn't get rid of it. He takes a sack for a loss of 6 to bring up second down. Flacco here on second down. Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for third down. And defensively going with a dime set, 6 DBs on third and 4. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. 13 yards that time at a first. And they're going to speed things up here. Flacco looks to throw. They try the corner route there, Charles, and it works to perfection.
Boy, that's hard on a defensive back because if you get any faker move to the inside, you have to respect it, and then the receiver breaks back to the sideline.
And again, it's Flacco to throw. Throwing left side here, and it's complete. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25.
Everything about that play was beautiful. A great corner route where the receiver worked the defensive back inside and then broke back to the outside to the corner. But how about the throw by the quarterback? Anticipation on the break from inside to outside. He threw the football. As the receiver turned around, the ball greeted him.
And the 8th play on this drive coming up. Second and 10. Flacco once more. And Aiken with it over the middle. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Kamar Aiken, 23 yards for the touchdown. And the Ravens get a bit closer. Flacco looking to throw for it. That's caught. And he is in for the 2 points. And they're back within a score as the lead's cut to 8. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try and increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
Second down following the run. And the D-line pinching together must be expecting the run. Now the toss to Bell running right. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive.
In my book, that's running the ball well, but with intelligence. How about him keeping the clock moving, staying in bounds?
Yeah, even though it's the third quarter, you're thinking ahead, aren't you? This is where your running game can really help you with a lead in the second half.
I agree totally. It's not just end-of-the-half situations that you worry about the clock. It's throughout the game. And with a lead, stay in bounds. Make them fight harder to try and catch you.
3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. And after the play on the ground, that brings up second down here. They come up in an offset eye. They run it again with Williams. And he takes it past the 45 and down at the 46. That's going to be a 6-yard gain. It leaves him with third down and just a yard to go.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
They'll try and run for it with Bell. And he's got room. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first.
Really good, skillful, tough running throughout this contest. Picked up first down after first down. He's got to have a nickname, doesn't he? How about the human first down machine? I think that fits.
Here's Bell. And down to the 36-yard line here. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
On second down, Williams. Nothing doing. Barely able to muster a yard to hit the 35. Lardarius Webb in on the stop.
Well, praise has to go to the guys on the offensive line because they've had a very nice, productive day running the football. How about that poor defensive line? They've been knocked around the entire game, and while they slowed them down on that run, can they continue to do so? Because they haven't had much success throughout this ball game.
Trying to keep the drive going here. This is play number 7 on 3rd and 2. They'll try and run for it. Here's Williams. And he's going to get to the 31, enough for the first down. It's a gain of 4, and it gets him the first. Back now in Pittsburgh. It's Steeler football, and they have the lead as well as we begin quarter number 4. They come up in an offset eye. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he'll fall forward to the 29-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8. And in this situation with a lead 4th quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
That's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take, puts a little bit more pressure on your big offensive line.
They got to get it to the 21 here on 3rd down. On 3rd down, Roethlisberger got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he's able to pick up the first down before he's tackled right at the 10.
And that pickup of a first down, that's going to leave a mark because they really needed to stop them there, didn't they?
That's so frustrating. Defensively, you're a play away from getting that football back here, down late, tough.
Now they've got to find a way to create a turnover or a takeaway. Otherwise, this one will probably get away from them.
And they'll go backwards here, losing yardage to the 14. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be second down. The fourth quarter here, they've got the lead. They want to keep it on the ground. That's what they're doing.
Smart football. Keep the clock going.
And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. Marcus Wheaton, 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Steelers find a way to stretch their lead. And his kick is right through. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. To return, here's Michael Campanero. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Ravens offense now, they get set and head back onto the field. Last time they were out, they scored. Still trailing here, though, so some work to do.
But it's okay in terms of mindset. Because they scored the last time, they're not quite as worried about being down on the scoreboard because now their confidence is a little bit higher. They feel like they've got something going, and they feel like they can attack again and put more points on the board.
Are you scoreboard watching if you're the offense, or are you just focused on this drive?
We wouldn't be telling the truth if we said that they didn't scoreboard watch. Everyone does it to some extent. But you've got to set it aside right now and just focus on this series. That'll take care of the scoreboard if they punch it into the end zone.
They'll put 2 receivers left, 2 to the right. Incomplete on first down. Now Flacco on second. Rolling to his right. He's going to let this go deep. And for a third time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off by Mike Mitchell. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. The Steelers offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. That last drive, it was a good mix. Run, pass, defense on their toes.
And what really helps out in a big way is when you're doing the run-pass mix and everything's working, that means that they're guessing wrong every time on defense. They think you're going to pass when you run and vice versa. I will continue that, and when they finally draw a bead on you, maybe you mix it up a little bit, a little play action and throw the ball.
And will they maintain that balance? Time to find out. This is Bell. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up second and 5.
And that's exactly what you want on a first down run. Pick up 5 yards, bring up second and 5. The defensive line, though, they've got to figure out a way to out-leverage the guys up front because the offensive line is winning at the point of attack.
Now Ben going to give it to Williams. So he got free of 1 tackle but couldn't do a whole lot else. Call it a gain of 4 there, so it sets up a big play here. 3rd and a yard. 3rd down now following the run. Again, it's Williams. And he is going to lose yardage here. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
Hey, a lot of points have been scored in this game, but what a nice play by the defense. Stepping up on that one. Maybe they'll get things going in their direction after a play like that.
And Mike Tomlin going to roll up the sleeves here and say, let's go for it on 4th. They'll run it with Bell. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. It's a 4-yard pickup. And on 4th down, they're able to convert and move the sticks. Roethlisberger with a give to Bell. And the lane closes up quickly as he'll get about 3 down to the 38. The linebacker C.J. Mosley in on the stop. Time for a break. We'll come back to wrap this one up after this. On 2nd down, it's Bell. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. The tackle made by the corner, Jimmy Smith.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. He'll take that anytime you hand the ball to a back.
Trying to keep the drive going here. This is play number 7 on 3rd and 2. 3rd and 2. Now Roethlisberger. Rush coming, and he's taken down. And now the Raven defense going to call a timeout. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Roethlisberger will stay out there, and they're going to go for it on fourth. Fourth down. Here's Roethlisberger. He gets it to Brown, complete. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 20-yard line. A good grab there by the former Central Michigan man, Antonio Brown.
And he ate up some real estate on the catch, too, didn't he? I think the most impressive part of it, though, if there's a chance for him to get the football.
And now the Ravens are going to take another timeout. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this fourth quarter of play. And this seemingly endless drive continues. They'll go again with Bell. And he gets it down close to the 10-yard line. 8 yards there on the carry, and now they're left with a much more manageable 3rd and 3.
A lot of people call the toss a probing play, to see what they can get against the defense, to see how they adjust and react. Their probing's working pretty well. That was a very nice run.
Now a 10th carry. Here's Williams. And he'll get nothing out of that one. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. It'll be their 3rd and final timeout, so as they talk things over, we'll step aside. Now Chris Boswell for the Steelers field goal try. And Boswell's kick is good. And that will make this now an 18-point ball game. And you figure with that, this game's pretty well out of reach.
It would take a heck of a comeback at this point. Being 3 scores down, I think that's too much to ask with time winding down here in the 4th.
Now Campanaro. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Here comes the Raven offense now, ready for another possession. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time. But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Shift together here from the D-line. Flacco to throw again on 2nd down. They'll roll him out right. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he gets all the way down to the 30-yard line. A big play that time for the Ravens. 48 yards. And the offense moving quickly to the line. One last gasp for Flacco. And that will be incomplete as time has run.
No chance. Oh, that's what I'm talking about. Nice hit, baby.